This video may contain voice assistant activation phrases.
Hi, Mark here from newhometricks.com, and today I want to walk you through my unboxing and setup of the Amazon Echo Dot. Now this is Amazon's voice assistant, for those of you who aren't familiar with it. It comes in two varieties. There's the Amazon Echo, which is a much larger version of this with a more full-size, higher quality speaker. And then this is the smaller version. It doesn't have the same size speaker in it and is much more compact. Now, unlike voice assistants in a smartphone or on a PC, things like Siri on the iPhone, Google's voice assistant, Cortana on Windows 10, this device is completely standalone and independent from a smartphone or computer. So this can be a little bit more convenient. Much of the time with voice assistants on a smartphone, for example, you might have to unlock or awaken your phone and maybe activate the feature in order to use it. And although sometimes there are activation phrases that you can use in order to invoke a voice assistant on a smartphone without necessarily having to press any buttons or activate a particular function, something like this can sometimes be a bit more convenient. You know, many of us will be familiar with that kind of Star Trek-esque concept of being able to simply speak a command into a room and have something happen as a result of that. Being able to sort of ask the computer to turn the lights on, or ask the computer to turn the heating up or down. These are things that we've seen in science fiction and are now a reality thanks to devices like this. And whilst you can do that with things like Siri on the iPhone, Google's Assistant, Cortana, I've explored that in some of my previous videos, being able to do that without even having your smartphone with you, without having to worry about whether your smartphone's charged up or not, things like that, you can just use a device like this to speak your command into a room and have it happen. Now this certainly isn't the only standalone voice device out there. There's obviously Google's Assistant, Google Home. Apple are about to launch their own, the Apple HomePod. But this has certainly become very popular, and so I'm keen to explore this and see how well it works in a smart home setting. This device can do plenty of things by itself. You can ask it for information, you can set alarms and timers, you can get it to play music. But in a smart home, you can of course get it to control your smart devices. So without further ado, let's take a look inside and have a look at what's in the box. So this is the box itself for the Echo Dot, nice and compact. Already I can tell that there's a fairly light product in here, certainly not heavy by any means. Let's take a look. It seems that the trusty penknife won't be needed because there's a little peel-off strip here which I think allows us to get into the box. So let's go ahead and just peel that off, and then we should be able to just open it up like so. That's what it looks like at the top there with the flap open. Let's just go ahead and pull that out, put that to one side. Let's see, how does this open up now? So, oh, okay, that just sort of slides out. So that's the Echo Dot itself. That's the device. It's just got some plastic wrapping around it at the moment. So again, fairly light, nice and compact, sort of hockey puck sized device here. Let's put that down for a moment and just see what else was in the packaging. So we've got a quick guide here that just tells us a little bit of a guide to all the buttons on the device, how to plug it in, that kind of thing. So fairly straightforward there. Here we go, a bit of an example card, things to try, a few commands that you can say. So I'll put that to one side as well. What else have we got here? Bit of warranty information. And then presumably we'll have a power cord here. Yep, let's just take that out of the packaging. Right, so we've got a power cord. Let's have a look at what kind of power cord that is. Okay, fairly straightforward. Looks like a micro USB cable. So if you've got any spare cables that you need to use this for, then you can use that for that as well. But there's one included in the box, and we should have an actual power adapter here as well. Let's just take this out. Okay, yep, so there's our power adapter. So straightforward USB connection to provide power. So let's just take the plastic packaging off the actual Echo Dot itself. So it looks like that's just released by a couple of bits of tape here. Let's take that off. Okay, so that's a separate piece of plastic. And then we've got some plastic wrapping around the outside. Okay, put that to one side. So there it is. It's got a sort of glossy finish around the outside of the device, the logo on the front there. You can get kind of covers for these things if you'd prefer a slightly different style, and this is also available in white as well. On the top you get 4 buttons, which, as I understand it, you've got simple volume up and down buttons here on the top and bottom. You've got the mute button if you'd like to stop the device from listening to you, and then you've got the action button, which allows you to manually invoke the device to actually listen to a command. Normally you can simply say the command out loud, and this will hear you and activate. Amazon say that they are respecting your privacy in as much that the device is listening all the time, but that it will only start transmitting information through to Amazon when it hears the activation word. So when you don't activate this, it's not listening. And if you'd like extra privacy at any time, then you can press the mute button there to prevent it from listening to what you're saying. So let's go ahead now and actually set this thing up. So that's going to be a kind of a combination of different things. We'll be verbally setting this up and presumably also having a look at things in the app and on the Amazon website to get this configured. So we'll go ahead and get that set up now and see how easy the process is. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead now and start by actually plugging the Echo Dot in. So I've got the power here. Let's just connect. Okay, so that's now plugged in, and you see the blue ring light up on top, and the light is rotating round, so presumably that is now simply starting up and preparing itself to be configured. So what I'm now going to do is switch over to my smartphone, where I have downloaded the Amazon app.
Hello. Your Amazon Echo Dot is ready for setup. Just follow the instructions in your Alexa app.
Okay, there we go. So it's introduced itself and told us that we need to use the app. So we'll switch over to the app now. Let's just launch that. Okay, so up comes the app. And that's just starting up now. It seems to be taking a moment to load. We'll just let it do its thing. Okay, here we go. So it wants us to, of course, sign in and log into Amazon. So I'm just going to do that now and skip over the actual password entry process for privacy reasons, obviously. So I'm just going to do that now. Okay, so I'm signed in and it's progressing through here. So it's just asking me if I want to continue and agree to all the terms of service and settings. Let's see, now there's some information here. Amazon is a cloud service that processes and retains data. Alexa allows purchasing by voice using your default payment and delivery settings. You can require a speakable confirmation code. Turn off voice purchasing and see product and order details in your Alexa app. So for those people worried that this is going to, order way too many things for you from somebody just yelling out that you want your system to order products on Amazon, there are a few ways to protect against that. So we'll just continue on. Okay, so it now wants us to just select which device we want to set up. And there's the Amazon Echo, the Amazon Tap, and the Echo Dot. We've got the Echo Dot, so we'll simply tap on that. It wants us to choose a language. The default seems to have been detected correctly here, so we'll just continue with that. Begin Echo Dot setup. Let's get your Echo Dot connected to Wi-Fi so you can start using it. So connect to Wi-Fi is step one. Wait for the orange light ring. Make sure your Echo Dot is plugged into an electrical socket. In about a minute, Echo Dot will tell you it's ready and the light ring will turn orange. Then continue. So we do already have that. The orange light is flashing away. So let's just say continue. Go to your Wi-Fi settings on this iPhone and select the network of the format Amazon XXX. It may take up to a minute to display. Wait until Echo Dot says you are connected, then return to this screen. Don't see the orange light screen. Okay, so I think what's going to happen now is we're going to have to actually get my iPhone connected directly to the Amazon Echo Dot. This is a fairly common setup procedure for some of these style of devices. You connect directly over Wi-Fi to the device, give it the information it needs to connect to your home Wi-Fi network, and then you can connect your smartphone back to the regular network. So that's going to mean I'm going to have to just temporarily disconnect my screen mirroring that I'm doing. So I'm going to skip over that process, and the next thing we'll see, hopefully, is the continuation of the setup process.
You've connected to Echo Dot. Go ahead and finish the setup in your Alexa app.
Okay, so what I've done in the background here is I have connected my iPhone to the Amazon Echo Dot directly. So what I'll now do is go back into the app and continue with setup. And as expected, the device is now asking me to link this to Wi-Fi. So I'm going to connect it to the Wi-Fi now. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is connected for the Echo Dot, and now the setup process is proceeding by asking me how we're going to use our Echo Dot. Are we going to use Bluetooth, an audio cable, or no speakers? Now, where I'm going to be positioning the Echo Dot downstairs, there is no speaker that I can actually connect this to, so we'll just let it use its own inbuilt speaker. So I'll just say no speakers. And it seems to be suggesting that things are ready. So I'm going to try and say a few things to Alexa and see what happens.
I don't know that one.
Alexa, how are you today?
Great. Ready to help.
Alexa, tell me some of the things you can do.
I can play music, answer questions, get the news and weather, create to-do lists, and much more.
So the app seems to be ready, and the device seems to be ready to go. The app itself seems to be ready as well, and it looks like I can change a few settings inside the app and configure the device if I need to make changes. But the Echo Dot itself is ready. What I'm going to now do is position this downstairs in the living room, and we can actually start to use this thing. So the next video that I'll produce around this will be a video exploring a little bit more about what the Echo Dot can do. Obviously we'll want to get it linked up to our lighting, our Philips Hue system, and see what else we can do with it. And then obviously over time, as we expand our smart home setup, we'll want to see if the Echo Dot can help us with that. I have written up a companion blog post just outlining a few more details about how I found this setup process. You can find the links to that in the description below. Also check out the website newhometricks.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.